They said the house was haunted. I never believed them. Until tonight. The night was unusually cold, and the air was thick with an eerie silence that seemed to swallow every sound. The suburban street, usually bustling with life, was now deserted, save for the occasional rustle of leaves in the wind. The streetlights flickered intermittently, casting long, dancing shadows that played tricks on the eyes. I had heard the stories countless times. Neighbors whispered about strange noises, ghostly apparitions, and inexplicable events that plagued the old house at the end of the street. It was said that the house had a dark history, one filled with tragedy and sorrow. But I had always dismissed these tales as mere superstition, the product of overactive imaginations, and a penchant for the macabre. Tonight, however, something felt different. As I walked past the house, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. The hairs on the back of my neck stood on end, and a chill ran down my spine. I glanced up at the house, its windows dark and foreboding, and for a moment I thought I saw a shadow move behind the curtains. I shook my head, trying to dispel the unsettling thoughts. It was just my mind playing tricks on me, I told myself. But the feeling of unease persisted. I quickened my pace, eager to put distance between myself and the house. As I passed under a flickering streetlight, I heard a faint whisper, barely audible over the sound of the wind. I stopped in my tracks, straining to hear. The whisper grew louder, more insistent, and I realized it was coming from the direction of the house. My heart pounded in my chest as I turned to face the source of the sound. The house loomed before me, its dark silhouette stark against the night sky. The whispering continued, a chorus of voices that seemed to be calling my name. I took a hesitant step forward, drawn by a force I couldn't explain. The front door of the house creaked open as if inviting me inside. I hesitated, every instinct screaming at me to turn and run. But curiosity got the better of me, and I found myself walking towards the open door. As I crossed the threshold, the whispering ceased, replaced by an oppressive silence. The air inside the house was cold, and the darkness seemed to press in on me from all sides. I fumbled for my flashlight, the beam cutting through the gloom. The interior of the house was just as I had imagined it, old, dusty, and filled with the remnants of a life long past. Furniture covered in white sheets, cobwebs hanging from the ceiling, and a musty smell that spoke of years of neglect. I moved cautiously through the rooms, my footsteps echoing in the silence. Every creak of the floorboards, every rustle of fabric set my nerves on edge. I reached the staircase and paused, the beam of my flashlight illuminating the steps leading to the second floor. The whispering began again, louder this time, and I knew I had to find the source. With a deep breath, I started to climb the stairs, each step taking me closer to the unknown. The second floor was even darker than the first, the shadows deeper and more menacing. I followed the sound of the whispers, my heart racing with a mix of fear and anticipation. The whispers led me to a door at the end of the hallway, slightly ajar. I pushed it open and stepped inside, the beam of my flashlight revealing a small, cluttered room. In the center of the room stood an old, ornate mirror, its surface covered in dust. As I approached the mirror, the whispering reached a fever pitch, and I felt a cold hand on my shoulder. I spun around, but there was no one there. The whispering stopped, and in the silence, I saw my reflection in the mirror, my face pale and eyes wide with fear. And then, in the reflection, I saw it, a shadowy figure standing behind me, its eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. I turned to face it, but the room was empty. When I looked back at the mirror, the figure was gone. I fled the house, my heart pounding, and I knew then that the stories were true. The house was haunted, and I had come face to face with its ghostly inhabitant. She just stood there, staring. Gone, but not really. Every hallway leads closer to her. The air is thick with anticipation, each step echoing louder than the last. The flickering lights cast long, dancing shadows that seem to whisper secrets of the past. As you move forward, the sense of being watched grows stronger, an invisible presence guiding you deeper into the unknown. The old, ornate door handle turns slowly, creaking as if it hasn't been touched in years. Beyond the door, a dusty, antique mirror reflects a faint silhouette, a ghostly figure that vanishes as quickly as it appears. The cobweb-covered chandelier sways gently, its movement almost imperceptible, yet it casts eerie shadows that play tricks on your mind. Every corner of this hallway holds a story, a fragment of a forgotten time. The whispers grow louder, more insistent, urging you to continue. You can't shake the feeling that something, or someone, is waiting for you at the end. The hallway seems endless, each step taking you further from the safety of the known and closer to the heart of the mystery. The air grows colder, the shadows darker, and the whispers more urgent. You are drawn forward, unable to resist the pull of the unknown. Every hallway leads closer to her, and you can't turn back now. My reflection isn't mine anymore. She's always been here, waiting. Tales that won't let you sleep. These are the stories that creep into your mind, lingering long after the lights go out. They are the whispers in the dark, the shadows that dance just beyond your vision. Each tale is a journey into the unknown, a step into the abyss where fear reigns supreme. Imagine a world where every creak of the floorboard, every rustle of the leaves, and every flicker of the candle holds a secret. A world where the line between reality and nightmare blurs, and the only thing you can trust is the pounding of your own heart. These are not just stories, they are experiences that will haunt you, challenge you, and make you question the very fabric of your reality. In the dead of night, when the world is silent and still, these tales come alive. They breathe with a life of their own, pulling you into their dark embrace. You will find yourself lost in a labyrinth of fear, where every turn brings a new terror, and every shadow hides a new horror. But fear not, for these tales are not meant to break you. They are a test of your courage, a measure of your resilience. They will push you to the edge, but they will also show you the strength you never knew you had. So prepare yourself for a journey like no other. A journey into the heart of darkness, where every breath is a battle and every heartbeat is a victory. These are the tales that won't let you sleep. See you soon.